can I pivot and ask Kyle about a gun real quick?
Sure, I might have a good answer.
Well, I went to I got invited to go out with this this guy Taran Butler, Taran Tactical. Do you know that guy?
I might know him if I saw him, but I don't know his name. It doesn't jump.
He's like a dude who's one of those he's like a champion tactical shooter with the handguns, and he's won a lot of stuff, and he makes these guns that are used in John Wick.
Okay.
And it ranges from customized Glocks all the way up to, for 2,000, 2,500, all the way up to what do they call it? They call it a 2011, I believe. It's like an updated 1911.
Yeah.
Better. And they invited me out to shoot some of these things, and they're crazy expensive. They're $8,000 to $10,000 for these handguns. But they felt really well made and really, really nice. And this guy was fucking amazing at shooting them, obviously. Yeah. And I don't know. I just wanted to ask if you'd heard of them or knew anything about those guys. But.
Not them in particular, but a $10,000 Glock sounds pretty wild. That's awfully expensive. Those 2011s, they look really nice. If I could still have guns, I'd be buying one of those. They're also in the $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 range. I think there's 3 or 4 different ones, like a Target model maybe, and a couple of different versions. But
it seemed like the mechanics you could probably get for $5,000 or $6,000, and then the rest is the finishes and the crazy and great things.
What's left of the original Glock? I'd like to know that, right?
Yeah.
All right, you started with a Glock, right? What did you replace? I just want to see the dollars pile up. I'm not saying that the Glock's not worth $8,000. I just need to see that money pile up somewhere, because it's just a little chunk of aluminum and steel, right? What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
It's not a watch.
There's cars,
it's not
there's cars
like
that too. There's cars where it's oh yeah, this is a 1948 Ford, but you're talking about the dash, or a VIN number and nothing else really.
But I'm thinking what does his company do? And again, I could be completely wrong about this, but I'm guessing they're making the slides and stippling the grips.
Was called a Taran Tactical, Taran. And I never met the guy. I didn't know anything about him. Someone just invited me to go shoot some cool guns, and I went down there and met the guy. And I don't know, you seem like the kind of person that would know about this shit. So
if he's making the ones from the John Wick movies, then there may be a lot of cool factor to his guns that make people pay a bit more for them.
Probably.
Than I'm okay. Well, I'm looking at some of this stuff now.
He had one called the Pit Viper and the Sand Viper and a bunch of shit like that. Yeah, that's the Sand Viper. Yeah. It's
okay.
It shoots really good, honestly. No fucking recoil, and really, you can feel the precision and nice grip, and I don't know a lot about handguns, but it shot good. So I don't know what to tell you.
I'm looking at that right now. That's I don't even know. This looks really cool. I would give him that much money for this, because this doesn't look like a Glock to me. I don't know what I don't know what this even is.
No, that Sand Viper thing is the 2011. That's not the Glock. That's a totally handmade thing.
I'm just going to scroll down to one of the Glocks. I mean, I see one that he's got some basic modifications on stippling and magwell and extended mag and some other stuff, and it's $800.
No,
I don't know. I don't know how you get to $8,000 on a Glock. But
no, I don't know if the Glocks were that
2011.
The Glocks were a couple thousand. The high-end Glocks were a couple thousand, and then it went up to 7, 8, 9, 10,000 for the crazy shit.
Yeah, if for those 2011s, I would definitely pay $5,000 to $10,000 for a fancy one.
That's cool. Yeah, that Pit Viper. I shot that. That thing shot great.
That looks real nice.
It shot really, really good.
That stippling looks like it's aggressive enough that it's going to feel really good, while at the same time it's not going to hurt you. I would squeeze guns really hard, and if the stippling was too aggressive, it would Not make me bleed.
It seemed like it would be good for
I like that
sweaty
Kyle
hands.
pivoted and made it past. I don't want anyone thinking up there I'm still squeezing guns.
That's cool. My dad's turning 70 next month, and I hope there's no crossover between this show and people who know my dad because it's a surprise. But I bought him a blunderbuss for his birthday.
That's awesome.
From the 1700s, from a company called Brabar of London, Brabar. Babar. I think it was Brabar, but it might be Babar. I gotta look, but it was like it's a fucking blunderbuss with a brass barrel, and it's really, really cool. I'm kind of stoked on it actually because he collects. He's got like crazy shotguns and shit. My dad, like, he's got all these Holland and Purdy and Ivo Fabry and these crazy shotguns. And I want.
Does it have the like weird classic blunderbuss like flared opening?
Hell yeah, yeah, it does. Yeah, it flares out.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. It's like a pirate gun from the 1700s. It's fucking rad.
Didn't they just like if they didn't have ammo, you just like put nails, like just drop whatever metal you have in there and then shoot that at people? Is that right? Did I dream that?
Poured whatever you got in that bitch. Like,
yeah, it's really. It's just...
In a pinch, anything you throw down there is getting launched at the enemy. So
yeah, it's a flintlock deal, and pretty cool. Kind of stoked on that. That's all the gun content I have for this particular show. Sorry.
Well, that's sick. The blunderbuss would be awesome.
I wait all year to talk about guns with you guys. That's all I got.
Can you imagine like a home defense situation? You have like a home defense situation, but all you have is a blunderbuss and like a handful of nuts and washers.
It's like a Guy Ritchie movie.
You just fire that right into him. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, a Guy Ritchie movie. It's a really long, uncut scene.
Yeah.
You doing it.
Yeah, that scene in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels when they're like,
that's what I was thinking.
That's a really
like
cool
what
scene.
Everybody's armed with, and they just got like the shittiest like thrown together weaponry, and they're like, "What is that?" It's me, Bren gun. Bren gun. What the fuck? I love those movies.